Today we're talking about what it means to master thought. Now, in order for us to master thought, we gotta know what thought is and know how it manifests. Now, I'm not talking about perverting thoughts, as in the knowledge that y'all subscribe to about, changing the realities of the mind and all that by looking at your thoughts in different ways because you're trying to get some type of material gain. No, the mirror is intelligent. I'm not stupid. I know how to use my mind. I'm not talking about that. But hey, if that worked for you, that worked for you. But whenever we're talking about the mind and real knowledge and truth, Jameer I don't really like to play games when it comes to God and things of that nature. So that being said, when it comes to knowing things and knowing how to master thought, we understand that thought get produced because we are just experiencing forms. Like we're just experiencing shit. And we know this because if we wasn't, then thought wouldn't appear like at all. So this is how we actually understand what the mind even is. The mind is a tool to know, to get knowledge. So that being said, you got to understand what is value. The value is the mind itself, not states of the mind. So you guys are using your mind to achieve states of the mind whenever you don't realize that the mind itself, the thing that you're using to get to states of the mind, is the value. So whenever you don't know that, you're always in this little rat race. Then y'all make a psychology over there, and then they make movies and shit about y'all because y'all retarded. But that being said, you got to understand, thought transcends the physical, the psychological, and the moral planes. So it's everywhere. So to actually know what is true, what do you have to know? Your behavior, your conscience, and your intuitions around your conscience. The reason why you're getting pulled towards away, why you're gravitating towards away. And to understand this, you got to understand your morality, your behavior. So whenever you do see aspects of reality externally, you can have the starting point, the canvas, the slate already there for you to recognize the pattern that reminds you of yourself and your fucking behavior, to create the realization of being something that is true, that is actually knowledge. You got to understand, you can know things, but knowledge is like art. We just discovering principles, and the virtue behind it is the thing that we're expressing, and that manifests as a knowledge. And then from there, we make a logic about what we just did. Then we worlds, but this is how you actually create your mind too as well. The first form is always what you're attracted to, being within your space, and how you're going to understand that nature and the principles around that nature and how that correlate to yours. So if you don't know yourself, and if you don't know what puts you at an equilibrium and how to extract truth, because you can't extract truth like it's nothing, like you outside picking for strawberries and you looking for the best ripe one. You can use your mind just like that. And it is supposed to be made just like that. You can't be looking at other minds, other states, other aspects, other characters outside of you like that, because you're going to be chasing, and then eventually over time, you're going to be manifesting these energies that y'all are trying to get away from. And then within these states, y'all use knowledge that is actually true, and y'all get it dirty, and then it manifests as shit that we see on the internet as today. That's why Jameer gotta be the bad guy. That's why Jameer gotta be the bad guy. But with that being said, we master thought by understanding that we always bringing in something. So we got to understand and know ourselves and check ourselves. What are we valuing epistemically? How do we know what we know? Okay. Aesthetically, what gives us pleasure? What is beauty to us? Morally, what is right? What is wrong? How do we justify? How can we become aware of what is just? Okay. And whenever you get a little deeper in that, you're going to even see the element that you always be using things to justify. So you can get deeper with that. How you think that we can create gods and, well, come up with the ideas to create gods and goddesses and shit like that. That's what we be doing. That's what that shit is about. So I don't want to I don't want to destroy the whole world right now, because I'm chill right now. But just understand, don't get lost in all this shit on the internet, dude. Listen. The way you get truth is to understand your behavior, and because what does your behavior lead to? Effects. Things happen, right? Whenever you behave a certain way, whenever you get rid of a habit, whenever you do things that way, and you see how the thing was in that aspect, in that mental state. So you see, you get actual knowledge from experience. So to get knowledge from things objectively and to know things what is true, definitely in this world, you gotta be morally elite. And it's a lot of shit testing you down here, buddy. It's a lot of shit testing you. It may be your homies, it may be your mother, it may be your grandma, it may be your cousin, and they all may be your favorites. Hey, that's the test. That's the thing. Who said it was easy? So you got to understand this is what we're doing whenever we're actually mastering thought, because thought transcends all of that. Thought swivels through all of that. It's about being as wise as a serpent. That's what that allegory is about. So you can, because what does thought do? Interpret information, and it expresses information. You guys are lost in trying to decode thought with language. I told you I'll get up out that. How do we get up out of that? Stop giving a fuck about life like that. It may sound crazy, it may sound weird, it may sound contradictory, but it's a game. It's about being intelligent, not stupid. You know how to behave. You know what you need to do. Now it's about sharpening it up. This is how we understand thought and create phenomenons to just experience the perfection of our creation, and to not be in the way of trying to pick at shit because you're putting your shadow in aspects where you need to just unconditionally accept yourself. So eventually over time, all you're doing is subconsciously is hating yourself. You see how that works? So that being said, understand what you're doing, what you're listening to, and understand morality in real life.